Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at Brave API again. So today is we're just going to be looking at error handling. So basically what I mean is instead of using try and accept, I have handled more specific exceptions. So basically I entered gibberish and then I tried to figure out what the problem, the errors that were coming in, I tried to fix them in a different manner this time. So here we go. Okay, so over here you can see another program. So today we're going to be pretty much wrapping up with the Brave API bit over here. So I just wanted to finish it off with some error handling, the Brave API. So I just wanted to finish off with some error handling because in the last video that I had the program was working, but I hadn't done any sort of error handling in it. And the reason I'm making a whole video for this is because I have done something other than try and accept this time. So I'm basically handling each of the possible exceptions that could come up instead of using try and accept. So if I just run this, for example. So if I go to W and 1, for example, so if I enter something normal, if I enter dog, just like that, so then here it gives all these results on it. But then if I enter something completely incomprehensible, then it says we couldn't find a result to your request, please try again. Now, usually if I had not handled this error, then what it would have done, it would have thrown a really big error and stuff. So earlier, so if I just go down here, web search, so web search and then in options 1. So here I've done another thing with how the results are coming, but more on that later. First, in the error handling, if web and data. So basically what I'm doing here is that over here I'm defining data. And then if I enter something if the user enters something incomprehensible, then that means that when I'm parsing it, it's not going to find any kind of web. So over here where I'm parsing it, it's not going to find the key web. It's not going to find this key. So earlier I was getting a key error when I was putting something random in it. So it was not able to find this web thing, which means I wasn't getting a valid result. So to handle that error, I did if web is in data, then it's going to do all this. But if there's no web in data, which means there's no valid result, then it should be we couldn't find a result to your request, please try again. But instead of just saying something went wrong, I'm I actually know the problem in this case. So then that's why I've handled it in this way. So I can give them a more specific answer on what went wrong instead of using try and accept. And then the other thing I've done over here is that in the previous code, before I fix this, basically what was happening was I was only giving 2 results. But then I realized maybe the user wants more than 2 results. But then I didn't want to go overboard with it, so I just decided to stick to 30. So then I made this variable called values to read is equal to 30. And then if the length of the results that I'm getting in data, if the length of the results is smaller than 30, then I'm going to set values to read to that number. So if it's, for example, 22, if this length of the results is 22, then it's smaller than 30, then values to read will be set to 22. But if not, then I'm going to get 30 results because here values to read is 30. So if this if condition is wrong, then it's going to go straight here and I'm going to get 30 results instead of just 2. So then I fixed that so I've also made so I've not only done this here, so I've also done in web, I've also done it for 2. So if I enter this, then we can find a result to request, please try again. And so basically I made it kind of for all of them. So I've just done this kind of error handling. And sometimes it does get results, here for example. It does get results and that's good. But when it doesn't get results for, then I've handled it like this. And I've set 30 results for each of them. So here we have in web, and then down here I've also done it in options 2, in web search option 2. Then in image search, I've also done it to 30. So I just wanted to keep it to a consistent 30 because it seems like a moderate, like a good number, like a valid number for getting results. And if there isn't 30, then it just stops wherever it is. And in the end over here, this invalid request, please try again. That's for like if I enter something weird here. Like instead of one of the alphabets I've given, if I enter like H, for example, HU, this like invalid request, please try again. So to do that, I've simply like put a normal if condition over here. So if lower is equal to W, so lower is like the user options lower. So if lower is equal to W, or like if it's I, V, or N, and if it's none of those, then invalid request, please try again. So that's how I've done it.